Artemis II mission commander Reed Wiseman has shared the first high-resolution images of the Earth after the crew completed a final engine burn that set them on a trajectory towards the Moon. In the first picture, hello world, an upside-down Earth passes in front of the Sun, creating a glowing atmospheric ring with green auroras at both poles. The second image is Artemis II looking back at Earth. This one was taken from one of Orion's 4 main windows. Another image taken by the crew shows the divide between night and day, known as the Terminator, cutting across Earth. And here we have a view of a backlit Earth. We can see the city lights of human civilization. Another photo shows the Orion spacecraft with the Moon in the distance, as captured by a camera on the tip of one of its solar array wings. NASA also put a side-by-side comparison of 2026's view of the Earth and a similar one taken by the Apollo 17 team in 1972. In this photo, Canadian Space Agency astronaut Jeremy Hansen peers out the window of the Orion spacecraft on day 3 of the mission, an illuminated sliver of Earth, set against the blackness of space, is seen through the window of the Orion spacecraft in this photograph, from the Artemis II crew on the 3rd day of their journey to the Moon. Here is a view of the Moon taken by an Artemis II crew member through the window.
And Integrity Houston, we have some news to share with you. As of 30 seconds ago, you are now closer to the Moon than you are to us on Earth.
With that, though, another great day today. Thank you, guys, and we will sign off for the night.
Thanks to you and the team, and good night.
Good night. See you tomorrow.
Live views from the Orion spacecraft as it looks back on Earth following completion of the translunar injection burn. The burn that commits us to flying around the Moon. It also commits us to a return to our home planet on flight day 10 and a splashdown in the Pacific Ocean. But for now, these views of Earth as Orion starts its journey.
Gosh, in our first day in space, we saw some extraordinary things. The Earth up close, and then by the time we had a bit of a nap and got up, the Earth was just so far away again. And then to come in for that translunar injection, we came all the way back to Earth again. We were out there at 60,000 kilometers. We came back to within 200 kilometers of the planet. And it just felt like we were falling out of the sky back to Earth. And I said to Reed, it feels like we're going to hit it. It's amazing that we're actually going to go around and miss this thing. It's just so close. And so to take all of that in was really phenomenal. I don't know. What do you think, Reed?
Jeremy said, you just said it so well. It's so fun to watch you as a first-time flyer up here running circles around all of us. You're doing a great job. But going from 38,000 miles above the Earth yesterday down to 100 miles above the Earth, and then Christina and Jeremy did our translunar injection just 100 miles off the surface of the planet. We were screaming right above the clouds, and now here we are, well over 100,000 miles away from Earth and closer to the Moon than we are to the Earth right now.
And clear. How about us?
I hear you loud and clear, and I truly cannot believe it. You are quite literally on the way to the Moon right now and still speaking with us. Tell me, how do you feel? What's going through your mind? I mean, this must be so incredible because have you allowed the weight of the moment to really fit in here? Have you allowed that to happen?
Well, first and foremost, we all wanted to give a shout out to our families first because we are pretty far from Earth and we have not gotten to say hi to them yet. But there was a moment about an hour ago where Mission Control Houston reoriented our spacecraft as the sun was setting behind the Earth. And I don't know what we all expected to see in that moment, but you could see the entire globe from pole to pole. You could see Africa, Europe, and if you looked really close, you could see the northern lights. It was the most spectacular moment, and it paused all four of us in our tracks.
What has been most surprising to you about this so far?
Well, I think probably one of the things that surprised all of us is when those solid rocket boosters actually lit and we left the pad. It was just a moment of disbelief, and yeah, the fact that we launched, it just totally takes you by surprise, even though you're expecting it, at least for me anyway. And I just had a huge smile across my face.
What do you want to tell Americans here at home who are watching this right now? They're quite amazed at the fact that you are speaking to us on the way to the moon right now. What do you want to tell them about this particular mission and why it's so important?
First and foremost, I would just like to say thank you. Your support and trust in us has enabled this, and so many people that have worked for so long to make this possible. But also, we're just getting started. You know, we've worked really hard, and even though we were a little surprised to actually launch yesterday, we have a lot of mission left ahead of us. And so I really want to tell them, stay tuned and keep tabs on what's going on. NASA's doing a great job of communicating all the things to come.
There is a subtle shift in how we think about the moon today. For much of history, it was a destination, something to reach, to stand on briefly, and then leave behind. But within NASA's Artemis program, that idea is changing. The goal is no longer just to visit the lunar surface, but to remain there, to build a presence that can endure. Plans for a sustainable lunar base focus on the moon's south polar region, where sunlight can be more consistent and water ice may exist in permanently shadowed craters. These two elements, light and water, are not just but foundations. Light provides energy. Water can be transformed into oxygen for breathing and hydrogen for fuel. Rather than constructing a single structure, the vision unfolds as a system. Habitats designed to shield astronauts from radiation and extreme temperature swing. Infrastructure that can operate through the long lunar night. Technologies capable of using local materials, regolith, to build, repair, and expand over time. But perhaps the most important shift is conceptual. This is not simply about surviving on the moon. It is about learning how to live beyond Earth in a way that is stable, repeatable, and scalable. Every system tested there, from life support to resource extraction, becomes a step towards something further. And so the moon becomes more than a destination. It becomes a proving ground. A place where humanity begins to understand what it truly means to stay